Hi guys. Welcome to the G1 Features Podcast, episode 19. It's been a while. There's been some things here and there. We actually had a whole episode planned, like an old episode 19 that was unfortunately, yeah, how would you say it? There was a bunch of stuff that happened, or?
Well, I went out of town, I didn't have time to edit it, and then the news became irrelevant, and now we're recording a new one.
Yeah, that, and it was basically unedible. Like, there was a whole bunch of stuff that happened.
Yeah, that reminds me,
Like,
I'm gonna turn my phone off.
yeah, like my internet, yeah, you got a bunch of calls, my internet dropped a bunch of times. It was a shit show, to say the least.
It was definitely a disaster.
But hey, it's been a while, and we got our spirits back up, and we're back. My name is Madhero. As always, with me is my good friend Gear. How you doing, good sir?
I'm doing pretty good. I have a lot of stuff in front of me that I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with, but hey. Oh, sweet. Hello. Oh,
What's
right.
that?
They're giving out... I just got an email. It's Darkrai this month.
Oh yeah, Darkrai. He is out today because the Pokemon games. They are giving away a bunch of Pokemon each and every month, and this month it's Darkrai. Unfortunately, you have to go to a store this time.
Yeah, I think I already own a Darkrai.
I think I own one as well, but still it can't hurt to get two more, because then I go and use Pokemon X, and then I use Omega Ruby, and then I have two of them.
Yeah, unfortunately I can't do that because I can't take my American Pokemon X into a European store and have it work.
Yeah, that sucked.
But hey, there's also, I think, rumors, or no, there's definitely an upcoming distribution event for North America in which they'll be giving away shiny Xerneas and Yveltal.
Yeah, I know, I'm so jealous.
They're probably getting a European thing, but there's no confirmed date on that yet.
There's no confirmed date. What you can get, though, is Zygarde.
Oh, sweet.
Zygarde is now available, like a level 100's,
Just like on Wi-Fi, or?
on Wi-Fi, yeah. Just go on the internet and you should be able to get one. They gave away Hoopa as well at one point.
Oh
You have to
yeah,
get a
I have one
code.
of those.
Yeah. But yeah, the celebrations keep continuing.
Dollar
So-
dollar.
Yeah. So, did anything exciting happening in your life? Did you get to see Civil War? Or
Oh yeah, I saw it last Friday.
Nice. It's opening up pretty soon in the US, I believe, at time of recording. Like, I think
But
it
yeah,
opens-
we got it like a week early.
Yeah, I think they're the last to get it, which is pretty crazy to think about.
Yeah, it's to apologize for the fact that Pixar movies screw us over hard.
Yeah, that happens occasionally. But what did you think of it?
I really liked it. It was
Yeah.
a lot of fun. It was, and I'm sure I'm not the only person who said this. It was what I wanted Age of Ultron to be.
Yeah. I feel pretty much the same. It also, like, having seen it's what I wanted Dawn of Justice to be. And I think that's it's hard to expect that, because, it's DC's second movie compared to Marvel's 13th.
Yeah.
But, they're so similar in what they want to do, and it kind of just feels like, man, they do it so well, and you just...
Don't.
Yeah. And then there's, but hey, the people are doing Infinity War next, so that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, the next movie is Doctor Strange, because there was a trailer for that ahead of that.
Yeah, but the people, so the directors and the writers, are doing Avengers Infinity War next.
Both parts?
Yeah,
Nice.
as far as I know. So that's exciting stuff. Like, yeah, I saw it at a midnight premiere, and that was really, really cool.
Yeah,
Except for the part where I then had to, at 3 a.m. had to bicycle for 45 minutes back home.
I saw it at like 11:20 in the morning in a 2D showing.
Nice.
Because 3D is useless and doesn't add anything to the experience and is
The
also
3D was quite
expensive.
nice, actually, with this movie, I felt, but
It's also
You
more
know,
expensive, so...
it is more expensive, and it's to each their own. But, yeah, I mean, it's a good movie, but that's not what we're here for. Did you do anything else? Did you play any games, or...
Yes, I have been very addicted to a specific game. That is Hex.
Hex. Okay.
Hex, yes, a game that very recently came out on Steam. Hex: Shards of Fate, specifically.
I
It's
feel like I've seen this. I think I've seen commercials for it.
Yeah, I saw a YouTube ad for it earlier today.
I thought it was like this very. I thought this was like a generic. Uh, Obviously, I don't know exactly know what the game is, but there's this. Like whenever I see like a mobile game, like I think of no, it just sounds like this in like Game of War or Fate or all these other things.
No,
Like, oh.
Hex is a very solidly designed collectible card game.
Ah, okay.
I compare it. I've heard it be compared by a friend of mine as like 80% Magic the Gathering, 20% Hearthstone.
Mm-hmm.
It's free to play on Steam and also off Steam. It's got a surprisingly like engaging single player mode with like RPG elements and stuff.
Okay.
I'm enjoying it a lot.
Okay. Okay, that's good. And are you playing that online or with friends or?
So far, I'm only playing the campaign mode because it's pretty substantial,
Okay.
especially considering you can like there's different storylines for different characters. Like you pick a race and a class, and each individual combination has its own storyline
Uh-huh.
in which you can get like different cards. You get in-game currency that you can use for very few things, unfortunately. It is a free-to-play game, so there is a premium currency.
Okay.
But there's
Nice.
actually, like, people, like, players also, like, trade the premium currency for the in-game currency, which is interesting. Because the in-game currency, gold, does actually have some use when opening booster packs.
Okay.
Like, when you open a booster pack, you also get a chest, and you can pay gold to open that chest and get like a potentially good card from it. And so getting gold takes time, so they'd rather just trade it from other people, which is cool of them.
Yeah.
You know, especially when there's people like me who don't want to spend a lot of actual money on games like this.
Yeah, I can imagine, especially with a collectible card game, like you're kind of expected to go and pay money for it eventually. But yeah, good that you're enjoying that. I'll stick, however, with my Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist.
Oh, dude, I love that game. Seriously, I do.
Unironically,
Yeah, it's. Oh, I haven't played it in a while.
It's I haven't played it.
Good.
I haven't played it in a while either. No, it's not good.
No, it's not good. It's fun.
Yeah, but it's it's a fun diversion. It's a nice distraction.
I don't know, man. I've been way into CCGs lately.
Yeah.
Like, I really wanted to get like a collection of like someone's just old Magic cards at King's Day, and just see what I could get from there.
Yeah.
That didn't end up happening, so I ordered some online.
Yeah.
Ordered someone's collection of 800 cards.
Nice.
And I've got family coming over this weekend, and both of them play Magic, and so we're gonna have a lot of fun together. There's a game store here in town that does Friday Night Magic, so I might go to that sometime. And Hex is just a lot of fun. It's very well made. It's very well balanced. I think, at least. I mean, I've played like 3 hours of it, so I'm not like super gone, but it's fun. I highly recommend it if you're into CCGs.
Cool. It's been ages since I last played a CCG. Like, I think the last thing may have been, well, yeah, Legacy of the Duelist, but yeah, it's been something I've just kind of grown out of, I feel. But you never know. I've been playing something very different.
Do tell.
Yeah, as there was the Nintendo Humble Bundle that came out recently. I dabbled a bit with Citizens of Earth, which is very Earthbound inspired.
I played the demo of that. It was pretty alright.
It was alright, yeah.
It's got a nice little sense of humor and a little like the art style kind of reminds me of Fallout Shelter.
Yeah, it does have that bit of that style going for it. But something that really got my attention recently is the alpha for Neo, which is a PS4 game. It's done by Team Ninja, the people from Ninja Gaiden, Dead or Alive, and that kind of stuff. And I guess the best way to describe it, and I feel this has been used by most people, is Samurai Dark Souls. It's
Sweet.
it's very Dark Souls inspired, and that's not a mock. Because it's been interesting. Because Dark Souls, as when do you think it really reached its apex of popularity? When Bloodborne came out, even though that's technically not a Souls game.
I mean, it is a Souls game, just not in the Souls series.
Yeah.
I don't know. I almost want to say with Dark Souls 1, because Demon Souls was kind of a sleeper hit, but Dark Souls 1 was ridiculously, made a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say with Dark Souls 1. And I mean, we've already had copycats, like Lords of the Fallen was a
very big copycat.
Blatant Dark Souls ripoff.
Yeah, but besides that, because I think even Lords of the Fallen kind of got away with it, with the fact that people just don't make these games.
Well,
so
they do now.
Yeah, they do now, because somehow they are really popular now, and
somehow they're popular because they're very good.
Yeah. So what Neo does is it's very samurai. Like, it feels like it's almost weird to call it a Japanese Dark Souls when From Software is a Japanese company. But that's what it definitely feels like.
Like the setting is Japanese.
Yeah, very much. And there's these things about like you're fighting other samurai, you're fighting yokai apparently, and there's been just a bunch of things. Like, the combat is a lot faster than it's very Bloodborne. It's much more aggressive.
Okay.
Than a Dark Souls. And you play like this samurai who looks like Geralt from The Witcher, pretty much.
Nice.
Apparently, like, from what I'm reading from Wikipedia, he's the son of a Japanese lord and a Western woman, so I guess that's why. I didn't really... Like, there's not a lot of story. You can fight other fallen people that have played the alpha, and you can fight them and then take their souls. I think it's souls anyway, or whatever, like chi or whatever.
I mean, it's not souls, but it's souls.
Yeah. And it's tough as nails as well.
I mean, if it's Souls inspired, then obviously.
Yeah, and it's also, you have to remember, this is Team Ninja who made, like, people forget how challenging the Ninja Gaiden reboot was on Xbox.
I never played it, but that
game was
one of the
brutal.
few things I remember about it.
That game was brutal. As was its sequel. And then Ninja Gaiden 3 all fucked it up. But anyway, one thing that is different from, for example, Dark Souls and Neo is that once your stamina, like with your stamina bar, you can kind of still get away with in Dark Souls if your stamina bar drops. Not in Neo. In Neo, you tire out, you pretty much can do nothing, and you die.
You just straight up die if your stamina hits 0?
You don't die, you just tire out. And you come to a standstill.
Oh, and then anything that's attacking you will just...
Like, a common enemy can kill you in one slice.
Ouch.
Yeah, so it's a tough game. But, I mean, you have to, of course, there's some also other interesting parts, and this may have to do with the fact that it's an alpha, so it's very much still in the production phase. But there's 2 modes in it.
Okay.
One is I believe called action mode, which gives you a better frame rate, like a stable one. And the other is movie mode, which gives a better resolution.
Oh yeah, I heard about this. That's actually a really good idea.
I actually like that idea. There is a noticeable dip in quality if you go into action mode, at least in terms of graphics, but it becomes stable, and that's very important for a game where high-speed action is very important.
Exactly. Like, I'd rather have better frame rate than higher graphics fidelity.
Yeah, that's how I went with action mode as well. And yeah, like I haven't beaten all of it yet. I think that it's downloadable till May 5th, I believe. And I'm not sure what happens after that, if it goes away or not. But I'm impressed so far. I didn't come in particularly hyped for the game. I think there wasn't, I'm not sure when it was announced. I believe it was a while ago.
I
But
don't remember it being announced.
I think it was at Tokyo Game Show where it got shown off.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
No.
But for something that just didn't really grab me the first time, I'm really impressed. And it's an alpha, so it's still very much in development. But yeah, it made me excited for it. So I guess it did its job. Like I don't know, like you haven't played it yet, but
No, and I'm
what are your
not.
thoughts?
I'm not really into the Souls games. Like I think I've talked about this before, where I can appreciate why people like them. I'm not good enough at them to really get into them.
Yeah,
Like I want to like Dark Souls, I really do, but I suck too bad at it to really make any progress.
yeah,
Because I go back to it every now and then, and it's just like, all right, Father Gascoigne is a dick.
yeah. But yeah, that's check that out while it's still up. It may be gone by the time this episode goes up, but yeah, impressed, really, really impressed. But do you want to move on to some news? We've got quite a bit to get through.
Yes, we do. So
Yes,
let's get this party rolling.
we've got 5 news stories, but there's a bunch that branch out to do a whole bunch of other things.
Mm-hmm.
So pick and choose. Call of Duty, Tomb Raider, the Chinese Room, Nintendo, and Ratchet and Clank. Where do you want to
Let's
start?
do the big one first, Call of Duty.
Okay, I guess that's yeah, there's a bunch of big ones, but yeah, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. We got it was already leaked, but it is real, and we got a trailer for it, and Call of Duty is officially going to the stars.
To space.
Yeah,
I mean, they did a little bit of space before that.
Yeah, there was I think a level in Call of Duty Ghost.
Yeah, where you were on the outside of a spaceship or something.
Yeah.
But this time you're flying spaceships and there's lasers and it's gone full sci-fi.
It's gone full sci-fi. It's always...
I think it's cool.
I think it's cool as well, sort of, but it doesn't really feel like Call of Duty anymore.
At a certain point you have to ask yourself, where can it still go? Because it's been slowly moving towards, near future.
I get, this was the inevitable sort of, especially with the push, Black Ops 3 took place in the future, Advanced Warfare.
And they can hardly, and they aren't going to do another World War II shooter anytime soon.
Oh, I think they will. At some point, there are people that are going to be nostalgic for it, especially since I think only really the sniper games are doing World War II these days. And as fun as it is, as X-ray shooting testicles, I do maybe want to see what the Call of Duty people can do with World War II especially on PS4 and Xbox One now, with the technology there. Because the last one was World at War in 2008.
Yeah. And even that was post Modern Warfare.
Yeah. Speaking of which, what is part of Infinite Warfare...
Oh yeah, I didn't realize that was just a perfect segue.
Yeah, is that Modern Warfare is getting a remaster.
At least only the campaign, right?
It's a bit weird, because it feels like Infinite Warfare will have maps from the original Call of Duty 4. However, the campaign is also getting a remaster, but apparently you can only get it through ordering a special edition of Infinite Warfare, and not separately.
That's odd.
That is
You'd
odd.
think they'd sell it separately as a digital release, you know?
Yeah.
You don't have to do a full box release, but give it a digital one.
Yeah, Call of Duty doesn't need advice from me because the series continues to sell extremely well.
Well, yeah.
But you think that, selling an extra like Modern Warfare Remastered, an extra copy of it would be way more enticing for some people than buying a more expensive version of Infinite Warfare. I don't know. That's just how I see it.
Yeah, I don't think I ever played Modern Warfare 1's storyline. I played Modern Warfare 2's story. I know that, but I don't think I ever played Modern Warfare 1's. I know a lot of people really liked it, and that's a good sign.
Modern Warfare is quite honestly probably one of the classics of the seventh generation of games. It is easily one of the most important games that came out, pretty much ever. And people can joke about that, like, that's a bit silly to say, but no, like, the industry would be very, very different with that Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
I mean, like, just the sheer influence it had on the design of, like, every first-person shooter. I think it's fair to compare it to Half-Life 2. Like, it's last generation's Half-Life.
Yeah, definitely, I agree with that. It's just such an influential game. Since then, Call of Duty series has become one of the biggest gaming franchises out there. Yeah, I am curious about how this title is going to be received, because we have, Call of Duty games are always received with a mixed reception from the fans.
Yeah, some people are Treyarch diehards, some people are Infinity Ward diehards.
And Sledgehammer has its fans as well, but
somehow.
But Advanced Warfare was alright. It had Kevin Spacey.
They did Advanced Warfare. I thought they did Ghosts.
No, Ghosts wasn't. That's going to be interesting because this is Infinity Ward's title.
And the last
video. Yeah, the last game they did was Ghost, and Ghost is the worst Call of Duty out there. And I think maybe like they have had more time to develop now, so hopefully they've used that time well.
Yeah. I mean, bringing in Sledgehammer, or at least, I don't know if they brought them in or formed them, but the presence of Sledgehammer has been good for Call of Duty, I think.
It's been good in that it's finally, it keeps up the yearly release and maybe causes a bumpy quality.
Yeah, because it's now a 3-year dev cycle instead of a 2-year dev cycle.
Yeah. And also one thing to point out, there's apparently no 360 and PS3 version coming for it, which I honestly think is a good thing after how bad Black Ops 3 was.
On last gen.
On last gen, yeah.
Let's do Chinese Room next, because that's really annoying to me.
Yeah, this one is a bit odd, but CD Projekt Red, the developers of Witcher 3, are currently hard at work on Cyberpunk 2077, a game I'm super excited for.
Yeah, and I like that they're taking their time with it. That's just like the first trailer was just like released when it's done.
Yeah, and that's been
coming out when it's done.
Yeah, it's and they've been working very hard of it, especially now that Witcher 3 is done. Or at least there's still some DLC coming, I feel. But they talked about, they're super excited about it's going to be more ambitious than Witcher 3. It's going to be way bigger. It's going to be it's going to have a bunch of cool shit. And then out of nowhere, the developer of the Chinese Room, which is known for Dear Esther, Everybody Goes to the Rapture, and Amnesia, Machine for Pigs, just in a tweet, referencing a GameSpot article they did, CD Projekt Red did.
Yeah. But
just as sexist, if that image is anything to go by. And that image is, of course, the lady with the robot knife sticking out of her hands, which was in the Cyberpunk trailer as well. And just wait, what? What the? Excuse me?
Apparently they want to start shit.
Yeah. That's some hot take out of nowhere.
Fight me IRL, bruh.
Yeah. It's weird, because especially as a fan of series, Witcher does not, maybe undeservedly, have a great reputation. And if I say undeservedly, because there was the collectible cards in Witcher 1 with the prostitutes, there was a Playboy shoot. But besides that...
Yeah, especially the marketing side of The Witcher has just been, silly. representations of women goes. Like, really? This is what you're doing?
Yeah, but besides that, there have been some really, really well done female characters in the Witcher universe, especially in 3. 3 has some really great female characters. Ones who constantly outsmart Geralt as well. Like, Geralt, oh, yeah. There's that one I don't know if it's a spoiler or not, so I don't want to say anything.
There's one particular moment that stands out to you.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of things that stand out to me. There's one where you're basically used as a sex toy.
Huh.
And you're definitely and they are definitely the one in control of the whole situation. Like, you're basically being used as a piece of meat for this woman to go do something completely else.
That's interesting.
And there's another one regarding Tristan Yennefer, because you can choose either one as the one you want to be with. But if you have a hard time deciding, there's a pretty interesting scenario that happens. But yeah, it just comes like, if you like, this opinion seems to come from someone who has not played the games and seems to only look at it from a surface level.
Also, just like hot take out of nowhere. Like,
it really is out of nowhere. Like, I'm not sure what Chinese room wanted to start with it.
Just like, what is your damage? Calm down.
Yeah. Like, what beef do you have to start?
That's honestly kind of what it feels like. It's like, I mean, there are criticisms to be made. Absolutely. I assume. I haven't actually played any of the Witcher games, despite owning all of them now, which I didn't realize until, like, earlier today when you mentioned it. But passive-aggressively tweeting, like, subtweeting CD Projekt Red with a link to a GameSpot article is like, that's low, man.
Yeah.
Send them an email or write a blog post on Gamasutra. Yes, they do a lot of developer editorials and stuff. Write a post on Gamasutra detailing your issues. Just like, there's better ways to do it than that.
Yeah.
You know? It's frustrating, it's confusing. What more is there to say? Y'all are silly, and why?
Yeah. That leaves us with Tomb Raider, Nintendo, and Ratchet and Clank.
Let's do Tomb Raider, Ratchet and Clank, then Nintendo. We'll do the two movie things right next to each other.
Okay, Tomb Raider. Video game movie season is in full steam ahead, especially with the Ratchet and Clank movie appearing recently. And Angry Birds is coming soon, and we got Warcraft and Assassin's Creed.
Oh, Angry Birds.
But anyway, there's also people are developing their own video game movies. And Tomb Raider, of course, was a big deal back when Angelina Jolie starred in it.
And, I mean, I don't remember those movies being terrible. I remember them being, like, okay, but not terrible.
They're not great, but they're not horrible either. It's
kind of like Prince of Persia. It's just sort of like, okay. Oh,
Prince of Persia is just mulch. It just kind of exists.
It's inoffensively exists. It exists in an inoffensive manner.
Yeah, exactly.
That being said, casting lots of white people.
Casting Jake Gyllenhaal as an Arab is not exactly...
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, after a whole bunch of talks with, especially like Daisy Ridley being was in talks to play Lara Croft in the reboot.
Man, Daisy Ridley.
Yeah, that would have been great casting choice. But
I mean, the person they got also great casting choice.
Yeah, eventually, like, Daisy Ridley said no. I guess she's a little too busy with Star Wars.
Yeah.
But we got Alicia Vikander, and if you may go, who? Yeah, she definitely broke out this year, like last year, with a whole bunch of movies.
Mm-hmm.
Probably most famous Ex Machina, where she plays the robot Ava, and she also did stuff like Man from U.N.C.L.E., where she was pretty good in it as well, and The Danish Girl, where she won the Oscar. Yeah, I'm gonna be curious to see what she can do with Lara Croft.
It'll be definitely interesting.
Yeah,
She's a great pick.
yeah.
She was a lot of fun in Man from U.N.C.L.E., the only movie that you've mentioned of hers that I've seen.
Go
Uh,
watch Ex Machina. It's so good.
yeah, I will eventually. I mean, like, I've got so many movies where it's just like, yeah, I'm totally gonna watch that, and then I never do.
Yeah. So it's obviously going to be based on the reboot of Tomb Raider, so the 2013 one. But we'll see how that goes.
hmm
Not much more to say. Ratchet and Clank, of course, had the movie out last week. Opened up seventh in the box office.
Which is unfortunate because I thought it looked good, but apparently critical consensus is very negative.
It is very like mostly the critics are saying that it's very generic kids movie material, and especially with stuff like Zootopia out, it's kind of like we kind of expect better from this. At least that's the vibe that I'm generally getting from it. It's just it's very generic kid stuff.
Especially considering the game was apparently really good.
And the game is great. The game is apparently really really good. Like it, and because of it's really really good because Ratchet and Clank as a franchise has been kind of down in the dumps after Crack in Time came out. Because then they started experimenting and doing weird stuff with it, and everyone's just kind of like, no, we don't want this. Like they start like it's fine to experiment with your franchise, but experiment well, and especially when it doesn't work out.
Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah. But yeah, things are looking pretty bright because Ratchet and Clank is the fastest selling game in the series. The new one, at least, not the old PlayStation 2 one. It's yeah, it sold three times three times better than a Crack in Time did back in its opening. So yeah, it's done really, really well.
Yeah, I really want to play that game. It looks
I really want
so
to play it
good.
as well. It's you kind of get a hankering for just the type of like you simply don't get those anymore.
Well,
So it's fun.
Ukulele's coming out
Yes,
sometime this year.
They still say it's August, I believe, or October.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does. It makes me happy that this game's doing well because it released at a budget price. I think it's $40.
Yeah, which is, I mean, not super budget, but like slightly beneath retail.
It's not a $60
AAA.
game. And yeah, and I think it seems to have worked out that this brings the series back to the spotlight, and you know, hopefully this means we'll get to see other PlayStation 2 mascots return to the fold, and maybe just more platformers in general. Because obviously there's been a bit of a gap in the market if your name isn't Mario.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, yes, more of that, please.
I dig 3D platformers, man.
I dig them so much, but, you know, at some point you're just kind of like, yes, I would like to have more of this. Why isn't there more of this? Because, I mean, people are still hankering for a Crash Bandicoot reboot. And I mean, Crash Bandicoot doesn't control well these days at all. But yeah, they're still like they've been, and it doesn't help that they've been teased so much with it.
It's just the nature of game design trends. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, like we said before, when Call of Duty Modern Warfare came out, it was so monumental that everyone started making shooters.
yeah,
And now we just have like millions and millions of shooters. I dig
yeah,
shooters, but there's only so many times you can play Warman, the shoot person, modern fights times.
yeah, pretty much. And I hope this does lead to a new renaissance of 3D platforms. Like if they make more Ratchet and Clanks, if Sly Cooper gets a return, Jack and Daxter maybe, and also just other stuff like I mentioned, Crash Bandicoot.
Spyro.
Spyro, yeah, that's like that. He's stuck in Skylanders now. He ain't
Oh,
getting
right,
out.
yeah. Yeah, Skylanders is still going.
Yeah,
It's
he
like,
ain't getting.
yeah, it's apparently like super profitable, so good on them.
Yeah, good on them. But maybe as a spin-off. I mean, you wouldn't be. Maybe you could sell the toy still somehow and make a new Spyro game at the same time. I just want a new Spyro game. Yeah, and finally, Nintendo. boy oh boy, there is a lot to unpack here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of interesting stuff and a lot of oh god damn. Uh, kind of just on out of nowhere on Twitter, they announced a whole bunch of stuff. Like just kind of like, oh, okay. Like suddenly I saw that the NX is coming out March of 2017.
Yeah. Just
They, yeah, just kind of
they
out of
just
nowhere.
announced that on Twitter.
But they also announced on Twitter, Zelda, the new Zelda game that was coming out on Wii U. That's now getting the Twilight Princess treatment. Is also coming to NX at the same time. Will be an NX launch title, and will release in 2017, which is a bit of a bummer. They announced mobile games for Fire Emblem and Animal Crossing. And I believe they did some other things, but I can't really think of them right now. But basically, a whole bunch of big stuff for the Nintendo NX. Oh wait, yeah, I forgot. Uh, Legend of Zelda is going to be pretty much the only thing they're going to show at E3. As far as we know, they've said that just that's going to be their focus, and pretty much nothing else is going to be there. That's going to be the only playable game. So yeah, there's quite a bit to unpack here. Where to even start?
Well, the fact that they announced the definitive release date for their new console on Twitter.
Yeah.
Like you'd think they'd like it's clear that they've already like they've been backing away from E3 for a couple months for a while now. Like they did the Treehouse thing last year, they didn't do like a full-on conference. But you'd think they'd at least do it on like a Nintendo Direct, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's what those are for.
Yeah. It's just kind of like, oh, okay, this is a thing that's happening.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they've also given some details on why it's, coming out in March 2017, and not, like, everyone pretty much predicted that this is gonna be, like, the NX is coming out this holiday season, and that we were gonna see it at E3. But, not the case. Nintendo, and, like, their main reason right now is that we want to get it out when it's ready. When there are enough games for it to support, that show the power of the NX and make people want to get one. And of course, Zelda is, of course, a very big deal for that. But, yeah, I do think that's a smart move on their part. That's to ignore the holiday rush and just, get it done when it's done. It does suck for Zelda, though, because we've had to wait for a while now.
For like a mainline Zelda release. Because we had Link Between Worlds, which is really good. And then we had Hyrule Warriors, which is...
Triforce Heroes came out on 3DS last year. But yeah, and like a big console mainline Zelda game, that hasn't happened yet.
No.
And the funny thing is the Wii U is probably the best console to play Zelda on, in that you can pretty much play every Zelda game on it. But now you can't, it doesn't really have its own Zelda. It has to share it with the NX.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a weird situation, but right now we know so little about the NX you don't really know what to expect. Like there was that, that controller that turned out fake.
Oh yeah, that really well-made, hoax.
Yeah. Two really well-made hoaxes. Well, one was a Photoshop picture, and then one made a really, like a 3D printed version of that controller. But yeah, we still know so little about what it actually is. But we'll see, I guess. Like I'm probably still getting one, depending on price, what else is coming out on it. But yeah, it's a new. It's exciting times. It's unknown what we're getting, but that kind of makes it exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't really have an opinion.
No, I don't. I really don't.
Not excited. It's just kind of like, yeah, sure.
I mean, I don't play Zelda I don't play Wii U games, because I don't have one, so I don't really care.
Yeah.
I like Zelda. I really like Link Between Worlds, but... Yeah,
we'll see. We'll still have to see if any of the hybrid rumors are true, that it's kind of like an in-between for both the handheld and the console, and that it also means the end of the 3DS.
I hope not. I bought a new 3DS.
We'll see.
Me
Again,
and like 4 other people.
I bought one.
Yeah, you're the first of the 4 people.
Yeah. But, yeah, that's about it. In terms of news, yeah, a bunch of really, really big stuff.
Yeah, it's weird.
But, yeah.
All of a sudden, like the last couple weeks have just been really quiet. And
Yeah.
then, boom!
And besides Chinese Room's hot take, which even then it's just kind of like, whatever. Nothing too controversial.
No, thank God.
Nothing, like, not the big thing to get angry about.
No.
Which is nice.
So happy.
Okay, so moving on to games that are coming out today, pretty much.
Yeah.
Because we're recording on May 3rd. And there's one pretty big game that is coming out today, and that's Battleborn. Cricket.
Like that's the Gearbox one, right?
That's the Gearbox one. It's the new Borderlands. I mean, not really, but
no, because they did announce Borderlands 3 as being a thing.
Yeah, but it's from the same company. It's a shooter game with a whole bunch of wacky characters, and yeah, I have no idea how to feel about this game.
No, I just like it's vaguely in the back of my mind that it's coming out, but I just
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. I think there's, like, obviously, I don't know how it's gonna do now, but I feel this game is in a lot of trouble. I feel this is gonna be the next Brink.
Yeah. Ooh, God, I forgot about Brink.
Yeah. Remember Brink, kids? That was gonna be the next big thing. Remember Rage?
Well, Rage wasn't a multiplayer shooter, so...
No, true. But still,
Brink was going to be the next Team Fortress 2. And then the next Team Fortress 2 ended up being Team Fortress 2.
Yeah. I'm getting a very similar vibe of that. And maybe maybe it's actually really good. Reviews haven't come out for it yet because online services haven't fully been up. But, yeah. It's out. It looks pretty wacky, but for the rest,
It's being played, presumably.
I guess. I've seen at least game critics play it, but then again, that's kind of what you expect. Breaking news, I guess? Literally, like, just something I found. Have you played any of the Warhammer games?
Yes! I just saw that as well. They just announced Dawn of War 3.
Yeah. That's a thing.
Yeah, I have actually played a fair amount of Warhammer games. I played a Warhammer Space Marine. For
Space Marine!
22 hours.
Yeah.
That's
the action one, right?
Yeah, that's the third-person shooter. I've played the first Dawn of War for like 9 hours. My brother is really into Dawn of War games.
Dawn of War is the RTS one. That's the big one people really, really like. Because there's a million they give the Warhammer IP for like a nickel, and then you're free to go. But yeah, Dawn of War 3 I think is the one that people really, really wanted. So... 7 years after the release of Dawn of War 2, so it's been a while.
Yeah, man.
And it's Sega that is doing it, and yeah, it's Relic Studios. So yeah, look forward to that, RTS fans. I do not care personally about the Warhammer IP or RTSs, but I think this is very exciting for a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm like, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool.
To our regular scheduled program, we have Raid Gigant, I don't know how to say it. Gigant, maybe, I don't know. It's a...
Jiggery Pokery.
Yeah, it's a Vita game that is a dungeon crawler that is not severed, so don't really care.
Apparently, there's certain segments in the game called Slash Beat mode. They have a beat-driven mechanic similar to the Rhythm Heaven series.
Neat, I suppose. The game came out like last year in Japan, so it's one of those. Like, if you still have a Vita, it might be worth checking out. But even then, like, I still need to get Severed, so that's on the list first.
Is Severed already out?
Severed is out, yeah.
Oh, oops. Oh yeah, that came out like last month.
Yeah.
Wow, a lot of games came out on the 26th.
Yeah, indeed.
Hyper Devotion Noir Goddess Blackheart.
Huh.
Ouch.
Moving on is Shadow Complex Remastered. Shadow Complex is, of course, a game that came out back in like 2010 on the Xbox 360 and is largely considered one of the best ever XBLA games. And then it also came out, I believe, on PC a while back, like a really while back. And now it is on the PS4 finally. So if you've always, like, I've never had the chance to play it originally, if only because my Xbox wasn't online often enough. Yeah, it's fun to get it on PS4, but there's still some controversy, like back in the day, like how involved Orson Scott Card is on the game.
If buying it gives the noted raging homophobe any money.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how it works out. I think it seems fun enough. But for the rest, I have no real idea what his involvement is and if he gets any money from it.
I hope not.
I hope not
because
either.
Fuck that guy.
Indeed. Superhot is coming to Xbox One. So if you want that game, you can get it there now.
Super hot.
I want it. I still need to get it. Superhot.
It's on my Steam wishlist. It looks rad.
It looks rad as fuck. Now, if only a PS4 version would come.
It's on PC, dude.
Yeah, true. But what isn't on PC, what's probably the biggest release out there, is Uncharted 4.
Yeah, boy!
Coming May 10th. It is almost here. And people are pretty darn excited for it.
I know I am.
I've played the Uncharted collection, so I'm all caught up now. It's apparently the last game in the series, according to Naughty Dog. Not sure how accurate that is.
Maybe they'll do like a prequel or something. Just the entire game where you play as young Nate and just follow Scully around various old cities.
Or what if you just play as Sully?
I would play that.
A Sully prequel.
I would play that.
I would play that too. But yeah, this has to do with Nathan Drake getting with his older brother Sam, voiced by Troy Baker, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can't have a new video game without Troy Baker in it.
I mean, because they already have Nolan North.
Yeah.
So
they gotta complete the sets. But yeah, besides that, it's Uncharted. You know what to expect pretty much from the series after. Like, if you still haven't played if you haven't played it by now, you kind of already know what to expect from the series, I feel. You know, big, huge set pieces to play, and just a whole bunch of, basically Indiana Jones shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it is good stuff.
Indiana Jones shit with a lot more shooting.
That.
I hope the shooting is good in this game.
I hope so too.
Because it wasn't in the first one.
No. The first one was pretty bad control-wise. They got better with the second and third games. And now, I am. Yeah, I'm curious how it's going to be because this is the finale. Many people, like Naughty Dog, is very adamant on this is it. Afterwards, where there's going to be no more.
The Thief's End.
Yeah, the thief being, of course, Nathan Drake. At least we assume.
Yeah,
could be someone else, and if he dies or not, we'll see. But I'm curious because. Obviously, Naughty Dog doesn't really need Uncharted anymore, especially with Last of Us, which they're obviously working on, like a new Last of Us game. But I am curious if this is actually the end, or if they are keeping the door open for Uncharted 5, should that ever happen. Because it's a pretty big IP for Sony, and there's still talks of making the movie happen. Yeah. But
that could be fun, because it's basically a playable movie anyway, so.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's very Indiana Jones, so you kind of just if it loses a bit of that by being not playable. Because, I mean, the story is still good, but...
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Then again, we don't really get those type of adventure movies often anymore.
No. I mean, I watched the Indiana Jones trilogy very recently, so...
Yeah. I mean, we're getting
good.
Indiana Jones 5, but Harrison Ford is old as fuck.
Also, Indiana Jones 4 was toilets.
But, yeah, I think with that, we're about done, or at least I certainly don't have anything.
No, I'm good.
I think I still have a question. Let me.
Yes, we do have a question.
Okay.
And it got sent to you.
Yeah, okay, I have it. Yeah, this Stickman asks, regarding Civil War, and maybe this is a bit awkward now, especially now that we've both seen the movie. Which side are you on? Team Cap, Team Iron Man, or Team Batman?
Well, definitely not Team Batman.
No. I can safely say that I'm not part of that. Like, going into it, I was Team Cap. Let's just say that I was, very much on the side of Team Captain America, especially, after Winter Soldier happened. And, it's also, of course, the comic books. Captain America was clearly in the right and Iron Man was clearly in the wrong. What I feel the movie does very well is make you feel much more conflicted about it and seeing both sides of the coin. Like, okay, I can see why Steve feels this way about this and what the issue is regarding it, especially after the events he experienced in Winter Soldier. But you also, of course, see what Iron Man thinks of it and Tony Stark after, especially after the events of Age of Ultron, where he caused a massive disaster pretty much with the creation of Ultron. But I mean, yeah, like the movie does a good job making you conflicted about the whole thing.
And I still think I never really thought about it because I didn't really care. But I guess I would have been Team Cap. Yeah, just because I really dig Scarlet Witch. She's really cool.
Yes, she gets a lot of stuff to do, especially also with Vision.
Mm-hmm.
Who's also really cool and rocks that sweater.
Yeah. Also, Ant-Man was really good in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Surprisingly good.
Not in it for very long, but it's,
he makes the most of it.
He makes the most of it, yeah. No spoilers. But, I was going in, I was Team Cap, going out. Without any spoilers, you'll probably feel some conflict with both of them, regardless of who you decided to pick after the marketing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think that about does it. At least, I've certainly got nothing more to add.
No, for real this time. Neither do I.
No, okay, then I think it's, we're about done here. Do you have anything to plug? Where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter, on the Twitterverse, at Gear12_Turbo, which is fun. Twitter's been really slow and unresponsive lately, so I haven't been doing much on there, but still, feel free to follow me, because I do show up.
Okay, and you can follow me at the Madhero on Twitter, and also, of course, on G1 Features at screwtech.com,
yep.
where we are going to post more content. Like, I'm planning, more stuff to come out, because it's been a bit dry, and also that's because of the mini hiatus that happened with the podcast. But if you're listening, there is plans for more. I just have no real concrete idea what.
I mean, there's always Groovies. That's always fun.
That's all. There's always there. And there's a Civil War review there if you want to read that.
Nice.
So, talk to you later, guys.
Bye.